in hell to go down there because my neighbor friend who does care about me, despite Auntie's little nobody in this park cares about you. Yeah, they actually do, Auntie. 2 people who cared very deeply are gone, but I have the woman's cell phone number, which proves she cared about me. She's not going to give me her cell phone number. And this woman wouldn't let me sit in her car all day and drive back and forth in her husband's car to make sure that Auntie was gone. Nobody showed up for hours, so Auntie was bored and decided to clean my mom's room. And I had neighbor friend had another friend look, and she's like, you better go down there now. She said she's bringing bags and bags of stuff out, and how do I know she's not throwing away my stuff? That's why the neighbors were warning me, and of course I don't trust her. And then I'm like, why do you have to clean my mom's room? Why do you have to clean my mom's room? It's a mess. But so what? When I move out, you'll never move out. You'll be here for, of course I'll move out. I don't want to be there, and you have every right to evict me. Jesus. If I had the money, if you were a kind person, if I should have just abandoned my mom before it. Everyone's taken, I should have just taken, everyone I know, except for Joe. Everybody I know except for Joe, even online, has said you should have taken that $15,000. I did the right thing and I didn't take it. And, even this woman today, I know that these are moral people, and they're saying, yeah, you should have taken it and run. She's still trying to say, this isn't my house, it's your mom's house. See, it's all semantics. She's full of shit. She could sell it right now. Anyone who's non-ignorant, she just pulls the wool over everyone's eyes, like her little, I'm still trying to preserve that house for you. Bullshit! Like my friend Karen said, put your money where your mouth is. If you wanted to preserve that house for my future, you'd have to put it in my name along with my mom's. You're not trying to do anything. You just want to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, Marion. That's all. And it's not my fault that Omar was never trained. I was in an abusive relationship. I was working full-time. Donald didn't train Omar. You can't train a dog if you're never around him. The person at home with him has to train him. But Auntie has no compassion for me whatsoever. None. She thinks I'm scum. She's pissed that she can't pull the wool over my eyes. And she's like, I'm not bringing 11-year-old magazines into my... Of course not. Because your sister gets tremendous pleasure out of... You can't just have one new magazine. She loves to look at old magazines and cut out the pictures. That's what she was doing for weeks on end. But so, remember, she didn't want them. Not only she was throwing them away. And she did open my bedroom door, of course, because I have no rights. She opened my bedroom door. That's why she said, "And your room's a pigsty or whatever." My room is not normally like that. I'm packing. I have boxes from Walmart. Remember, my mom had wanted me to move out. I have, but I think it's to look like the queen and make me look like I'm not in my room. And then she's trying to say there's dog shit on the floor. It's not dog shit. That church woman thought it was dog shit too. It isn't. It's not dog shit. It's that where the floor was burnt. And then she says she put Omar back in the bathroom. Now, to be fair, but I came home and I was all agitated, having to call the cops and sit in the cop car and sit in the taxi car first in the cop car and wait. I really don't like to lie. I don't think that Omar was in the bathroom. I remember walking in and being like, why is he out? I mean, I don't think that, did the cop? Maybe the cop didn't just open the door. Maybe the cop, because they were peeking through the windows first, wanted to make sure no one's home, and maybe they wanted to make sure I wasn't breaking in. Maybe the cop went in, and maybe the cop opened up and let Omar out, if we want to give Auntie the benefit of the doubt. Because I really remember thinking, why is Omar running around? Because maybe I didn't pay attention. I was in the cop car just, zoning out and waiting. And I know ahead of time he was peeking through all the windows, because they have to make sure I'm not someone trying to break in. It's possible they opened the bathroom door to make sure no one... Maybe as protocol, they have to look around. So maybe they let the dog out of the bathroom. Because that could be. Because I wasn't watching them get in. I was just, I don't know that they went in and didn't, and what? All I know is Auntie's full of shit, and if you guys don't see that, then you're ignorant. She's conservator and guardian, okay? She has the right to sell this house. She has the right to turn off the heat and electricity on me. She has the right to whatever, come there whenever she wants to. So don't sit there and try to pretend it's still my mom's house. It isn't. Please. I don't want her giving me Christmas cookies. I don't want her offering to set up the goddamn house with an antenna. I want her to be forced to just treat me like a tenant, like landlord tenant, and she can't shut the heat and electricity off, and I can save up my money and get the fuck out of there. You'll never leave her. You'll be here forever. You won't let me be there forever, Auntie. And if my mom winds up in a nursing home, you'll have to sell the fucking house. I don't want to be there. You don't understand. I'd go in the shelter right this second if I didn't have Omar. And she's like, you were watching to make sure. No, I came down. I didn't want to. But she'll never believe me. How I've been sitting in this car. My friend came out and said, my friend went and checked, and you better get down there. She's putting all kinds of stuff out with the trash, and they were afraid that you better check. What if she's throwing your stuff away out of spite because you left her notes or something? I don't know what she's doing. She can do whatever she wants. She can come there whenever she wants. I'm at her complete mercy, and she tries to pretend like it's just whatever. She's full of shit. She's like, I'm never going to come to this house again. I said, what about when I move out? You'll have to come. Why can't you clean my mom? That's a rational thing. Why do you have to be cleaning my mom's room now? See, I told you, she wouldn't let her have the magazines. She probably didn't let her have any. Maybe she brought her some, who knows? She probably didn't. But the fact is, it was 2 hours later, and the people helping her were still not there, you know? Thank fucking God, I would have never left Omar. I don't want him around her. She's like, I'll never come back to that house again. You're going to have to at some point. You'll have to clean it out when I'm gone. What do you think, I'm going to live there forever? Why would you even want me to anyway? You're not going to let me live there forever and not be pay the rent on this place forever? My mom's never going to be able to come back there. See how she twists everything around? She's full of shit. Does she realize that she's full of shit and she's just pissed she can't pull the wool over my eyes? Or does she really convince herself of these things? There's no reason why she has to be going through my mom's stuff. And then she's like, you had 4 years to do it. It's my mom's stuff. Why would I have to go through it? I actually have gone through a lot while I lived there those 4 years. I threw away a lot of stuff, you know? I ripped up a lot of old bills of hers that she had from a million years ago. I did throw stuff away. A lot of stuff has been thrown away. But the bottom line is, what was the point of Auntie doing that? She was bored. That's all. Bored. Acted like I had 4 years to do that. My mom was living there. I'm not responsible for cleaning up her room, but I would like to be the one who goes through it, not you. So now I wound up having a scene, which I didn't want. She's like, you did want this. No, I wouldn't have known. But you never believe me about anything, just like you don't believe me what I was noticing in my mom. I just want to get away from here. That's all that I want. You'll never leave here. You'll be here forever. Who's going to take you in that door? I can't be here forever, Auntie. You simply can't evict me in the winter, that's all. I think when I asked online on Yahoo Answers, I think they said even if it wasn't winter, the eviction process takes months or whatever. But again, I'm not a tenant, so she can shut the heat and electricity off. Good, do it. Do it. Do it. I want you to do it. I'm just total shit to her. She wants to convince the world that she's just doing this out of the goodness of her heart to help her sister. Yeah. And you just happen to not have a tenant right now, Auntie. You certainly wouldn't have taken my mom to live with you and your husband in the spare room that your sons used to have. We know that much. She puts me down because I left those magazines. You see how Auntie is? So cold. She makes herself to be a good person. She's not. She's not. She's like, I'll get your mom's magazines. One magazine is not enough. My mom loves to look at the fucking pictures. One magazine a month is not. She loves those magazines. But Auntie's going to put me down, just like she puts me down that Eleanor's not trained and the house smells. Angel's got in the bathroom in that house, too. Angel went in the bathroom in my bed's bed, and they had to get a new bed for her. And she's trying to say my mom's room's a mess. No, my mom's room is spotless. The closet was a mess, but lots of people's closets are a mess. I had that room spotless. And then she's putting me down about my room. I'm packing. I didn't have time to put a lock on the friggin' door, my bedroom, because I don't know how to do it. I am packing. I've been slowly packing. I have everything in my room to have it safe. I don't sleep in there. I sleep on the couch. I've slept on the couch. I slept like one night, I think, in my mom's bed. And then I was actually afraid, like, I don't want Omar. What if he goes to the bathroom in her bed? And then before Auntie's coming to get the bed, I don't want that. So. See, Auntie just pretends. There's no love. She can't accept, she's like, you let this dog go to the bathroom in your mom's house. My mom adored that dog. There are people that care more about that, Auntie. She doesn't care if the dog goes to the bathroom in the house. She adores him. She was going to give me $5,000 for his cataract surgery, which now won't be happening, of course. You can't even throw me crumbs. You can't even just not turn the heat and electricity off on me, treat me like a tenant, go through the eviction process, in which case, if we were going through the eviction process, I could actually, make sure I leave before I'm actually evicted. I just want to save up my stupid $1,000 a month. And there are people who care about me, who see right through your shit, Auntie. Thankfully. I doubt it's the majority, but most people would just not, because they can't see, they only see the surface of things. That's why I'm thankful for people who do see deeper. Like this woman who's letting me and Omar sit in her car and who said, I think I better tell you, but my friend went by there and your aunt is taking out tons and tons of bags of trash, putting them out, and you better go make sure that she's not throwing your stuff away. You could do what you want, but if I were you, I'd go down there. I'm just trying to think I went down there on purpose to start an argument. I didn't. She doesn't have to believe me, because, see, people cannot believe you and you can know the truth. The neighbors, I would have never known. I wouldn't even let my friend drive by with me in the car because I was afraid Auntie would see. I was never going to go down there. Neighbor, this friend of mine, which is not a friend like you go out with, is just a concerned woman, concerned, but she's not going to get involved, but she cares enough to help me. She's the same one who said, because I kept crying to her about different things that happened with my mom and whatnot, and always telling the truth, mind you, and remember, she witnessed things herself. Remember, they have had meetings here, they've had parties, they've had whatever. She's witnessed things herself when my mom's sick, and how she behaves, and so it's not just going by hearsay of what I say. She's the one who said, you're going to wind up, you got to do something, Laura, pushing me, and you're going to wind up dead before your mom. I thought about you last night. I'm really concerned for you, you know, because you have this all on your shoulders. Yeah, because Auntie was out of the picture completely. I don't ever pretend I don't have problems. Serious emotional problems, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong about what Auntie's doing. And thankfully, there are people who don't have problems, like Joe and this woman, and my friends down the street. Although that one said when I was showing her texts from before when Auntie liked me, you're a godsend to your mom, you don't cause your mom's break, and then future, you've caused all your mom's breakdowns, you're the biggest blah, 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 whatever, among other things. But when I've told her that, plus other things in my past, she said she doesn't know why I haven't broken down. She's like, she would have broken down, But still, these people are not even remotely. Joe's definitely the most stable person imaginable. This woman seems pretty damn got her shit together, who's helping me, and they see right through Auntie's bullshit. And I felt like my online friend Trouble had her shit together. I'm not going to say she didn't have her shit together just because in the end she betrayed me and hurt me. And she saw right through Auntie. Even when I was coming to Auntie's defense or playing devil's advocate, benefit of the doubt, this is what Auntie said, blah, blah, she didn't care. And she based that on everything that I'd said that was the truth. But now Auntie's trying to pretend this is still my mom's house when Auntie knows damn well it is not. My mom doesn't have the power to turn off the heat and electricity on me. My mom doesn't have the power to evict me. Auntie does. It's Auntie's house. It's not my mom's house anymore. My mom doesn't even have the power to come back here and live if she wants to. And Auntie's trying to pretend that's not true. And Auntie didn't want my mom. All right, whatever. You don't want to bring 11-year magazines, but don't condemn me for wanting my mom to have them because I know they give her pleasure. Jesus fucking Christ. And I know they give her pleasure because all she would do is love. She brought them all in her room. They weren't in her room. She wanted them. She loved to cut out pictures from them. She didn't read the article. She just loved the pictures. But see, Auntie's not going to let her have that. I bet Auntie didn't bring any of the magazines, none of them, because they're old. I bet I'll go home and they'll all still be there. I don't want her to, actually I can call, Oh, I'll just have to change my phone number again. It's alright. I don't want her to be able to reach me.